This video is brought to you by the EA Game Changers program. Thank you, EA, for providing travel to this event. Hey guys, what's up? It's Pixelade here, and welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Matt, also known as Pixelade, and I make Sims videos right here on YouTube. So this video is going to be a full overview of buy mode. Just like with my last video, which was the full overview of create a sim mode, this will probably not include 100% of everything that's coming with Get Famous. While placing objects, I probably skipped something or a color swatch here and there, so it's not going to be 100% everything, but it should be about 99.5% of the buy objects coming with this game, and I did try to do every single color swatch for the objects I've placed. I seriously cannot get enough of this pack, and one thing that really stands out to me the most about this pack are how many build buy objects there are to place. I'm so excited that we get to customize our own stages and our own sets as we're doing our active acting career, and just seeing all of the possibilities for our Sims while they're participating in the career is just crazy. Like, you can really make any type of set that you want. There are so many awesome objects that you can use. So I'm going to do the same exact thing in this video that I did in my Create a Sim overview video. I'm going to continue answering some of the questions that you guys have been asking me about my Sims camp experience. Satoshi on YouTube community asked, was there a real life version of the llama costume, or any of the costumes, because that would be pretty cool. No, unfortunately there wasn't. If there was, you guys already know I would have been the first one to put one on. You guys would have seen me spam you guys with pictures the second I got my hands on that. If that really was there, that would have been so cool. Pamela on YouTube community asked, how amazing was it to spend time with X Urban Sims X? You and her are the only sim channels I watch, so it was so nice to see tweets of you guys together. It would be a dream to go to camp one day. Oh my god, I hope you do get to go to camp one day. It's seriously one of the best experiences of my life, and spending time with Jen was seriously the best time that I had at Sims Camp. Hands down, I'm not going to lie. And I think the reason why we began to connect so quickly is because we're both short. A lot of people at Sims Camp were so tall, and it made it kind of intimidating and awkward for me at first, because I am extremely short. So whenever I talk with other Simmers, it's really hard for me to connect with them if they're really tall, because they get scared. I don't want to say anything, but her and I were both shorties, so we fit right together. Teresa M on YouTube community asked, was this your first trip out of the country? Also, did you have enough time to go sightseeing and all? To answer your first question, yes, this was my first trip out of the country. It was my first flight, so it was very nerve-wracking, and I felt like I didn't really have enough time to see it all. With all of the travel and being jet-lagged, I wanted to sleep a lot of the trip, and I lost my appetite quite a bit, so I couldn't enjoy the food as much as I wanted to. If my trip was extended, I definitely would have had more time to explore the city, but nonetheless, it was still an awesome trip. Ryan Plays Games on YouTube community asked, how was your first flight? Did they have peanuts? My first flight wasn't as bad as I thought it was, man. I was so scared to get on that plane. I have a lot of issues with claustrophobia, so I didn't want to get on the airplane. I didn't want to be around a lot of people, so when I first got on and saw everyone on there staring at me as I was walking down the aisle to find my seat, I just felt this huge wave of anxiety just crush me. Like, I was so scared, and then I started thinking, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be on this plane for so long, like 6 to 8 hours. Oh my god, am I gonna be okay? Am I gonna have a mental breakdown? I basically just started worrying about anything and everything. But honestly, as soon as the plane took off, taking off was the scariest part. As soon as we were in the air, it didn't even feel like I was moving. It was dark outside, everybody was sleeping, it was quiet, so eventually I was able to fall asleep. So the plane ride was not as bad as I thought, and I really wish they would have had peanuts, because I love peanuts. I did end up ordering a snack and a bottle of water though, and that was really good. Shy on Twitter asked, what was your top 3 favorite things you discovered in the new pack at Sims Camp? Oh, top 3. I really like that new little drone that you can have your Sims fly around the neighborhood. You can have them stalk other Sims with it. Yes, it flies around, stalks other Sims. I really like that. I think that's cool, and it also records videos as it drives around, which is really awesome. I also really like the social media station. I don't really know what it's called, but it's like a little desk with a computer that has a camera where you can do vlogs, record beauty videos, you can edit videos and upload them to a social media account, and that's another way that you can gain fame in the game. I definitely love that too. And third, I just love the attention to detail in this pack. Like, as I was placing down the objects in this video, I noticed that there were cars parked along the streets, little RVs and driveways, boats sitting in driveways. Like, there's so much detail that the world kind of feels real, and I really like that. I do wish the world was a little bigger. It does seem a little bit small. I will be completely honest with you there. I'm disappointed in that aspect, but I'm still happy that they put a lot of detail into everything. Stella Born on YouTube Community asks, the stools looked real uncomfortable. Is your butt okay? Oh, yes, my butt is fine, darling. And yes, those stools were really uncomfortable. I won't try to butter you up and lie about that one. No, those stools were extremely uncomfortable. I literally had to reposition myself like every 30 seconds because my ass hurt so bad. But still, it didn't matter. I was seriously sucked into the game so much I didn't even realize it. I kept readjusting. Like, I was just having so much fun. But I won't lie that after about 2 to 3 hours, I literally was like, okay, I think I might have to stand up and play because this is starting to hurt me so much. It did hit me eventually. Elizabeth Satterfield on YouTube Community asked, what was it like to have an event in London? Do you live in London or were you just visiting London? It was awesome having an event in London. I'm used to them announcing Sims Camp in California where their headquarters is based, so seeing that they announced it in a completely different country is kind of cool to me because it shows that they really care about their international players and they want to make sure that they can bring Sims Camp to each continent and don't have to have the same people traveling across the world each time there's Sims Camp. For example, if Sims Camp is in LA, all of the game changers in London have to travel far distances, but because Sims Camp was in London this year, those that live in London have an easier trip, so it's kind of fair for everyone else, you know? And no, I do not live in London. I live on the east coast of the United States, so it was quite the trip, but still, it was awesome and it was worth it. Jam Will on YouTube Community asked, did you feel you could be honest about your thoughts on everything in the pack, or did you feel pressured to like every aspect of it? And honestly, that's a really good question. I can't really comment on every aspect of the pack because I didn't get to really dive into all of the gameplay, so I don't want to judge just yet. I do want to play more before I kind of give my final consensus, but what I can say based off of Create a Sim and Build By, because that's what I spent the most time on in my capture, is the amount of objects is insane, especially the amount of objects that you can use on your sets when you're actually making your movie sets and all, which is really awesome. I absolutely love that. The selection of costumes and outfits that your Sims can choose is extraordinary too. I do feel kind of pressured to like every aspect of it. I haven't explored every aspect of it, but based off of what I have explored, some of my critiques right now are definitely that the world seems a bit tiny and I'm kind of disappointed about that, but I'm not going to throw a huge fuss because as soon as I enter this world, there's just so much detail. Like, I love the way it looks. It's so gorgeous, especially in the summertime. I was in one of the houses up at the Pinnacles and it was a heat wave, and oh my gosh, it literally looked like a California heat wave. It just matched so well. The colors were so bright, everything was warm, and it seriously looked like a heat wave. Like, I could feel the heat coming from my screen. That's how awesome it really felt. Like, Seasons integrates with this pack so well, and the thunderstorms are absolutely amazing in this world as well. I will not even begin to express that. Another thing that really stood out to me was the whole auditioning thing. Like, when you want to first get into the acting gig, you have to sign up for auditions, and you can do like TV commercials and stuff to see if you get it. And to me, that's really cool. Like, the level of detail is insane. That's one of the little things that I wanted to put out there. Kaylin on Twitter asked me, I mostly want to know about the new world, the layouts in the neighborhoods, and the pre-made lots. Just like I said earlier, I'll be honest, it seems kind of small. It seems like it's lacking. There aren't many lots. There aren't as many as I thought there would be. So my expectations were kind of hurt a little bit, but I was just so excited about it being a new world that I loved it at first. But now when I take time to sit, reflect, and think on what we're getting, I kind of feel like I'm being ripped off in a way a little bit because there are less lots, and the one neighborhood where you start out in, there are literally only 2 lots and they're right next to each other. And it just kind of throws me off because it's nowhere near as big as Willow Creek. I wanted it to be as big as Willow Creek. It seems like there are maybe half as many lots as Willow Creek. So I'm kind of disappointed there. But like I said, the amount of detail is very, very good. I just wish that we had more lots to choose from. That was definitely a big thing that I noticed. The Wonder K on YouTube community asked, what kind of food did they serve you? And was it anything Sims related, like maybe some of the foods from the base game or expansion packs? That's actually a really good question. There wasn't anything Sims related, and that's something that I did really pay attention to. I was kind of curious to see if they did have anything like that, or maybe they did and I just didn't notice it. Who knows? There was lots of snacks everywhere. There were literally people walking around with trays of food, coming up to you asking, would you like some of this? Would you like some of this? Like, it was fancy. It was nice. I loved it. As far as the food that they gave us, it was really, really fancy. I'm not used to fancy food. I'm used to heating up chicken nuggets and Kraft mac and cheese and eating that as my dinner. So when I saw fancy food, I was like, what in the heck is this? Because Matt is cheap, Matt is not bougie, so I'm not used to that type of food. And honestly, it was so fancy, I don't even remember what it was. I did eat the salmon though, so they did have salmon. It was pretty fancy. It was in some type of red sauce, and that's pretty much all I remember, because everything else I had no clue what it was. They had all this fancy stuff, and then they had bread on the side for you to eat. So I do remember those two things. It was so fancy, I don't even remember what they had. Like, oh, I'm so basic, guys. Corey on YouTube community asked, would you go to Sims Camp again if asked? Yes, 100%, only if it's in the United States. And I say that because the travel was really, really hard for me. It was really rough for me. And it was, it took a lot of readjustment for me, and I don't know if it will be worth it again. It took such a toll on my body that it physically made me sick when I got back. I struggled to feel okay when I was there because of the jet lag and the time difference and just being so nervous and not used to everything. I feel like it was really, really rough for me, so I feel like if I do it again, I would probably have to do it in the United States so that the flight is shorter, the time difference is less, there's less to get used to, less stress. But also, again, if it's international, now that I've done it once, the second time should be easier. So who knows? I might go again if it's international, but it still was a crazy trip, but I had fun, so that's all that matters. Manny on YouTube community asked, what other Simmers did you get to meet? I literally met so many people I can't even remember. Like, I'm trying to think off the top of my head which Simmers pop into my mind first. Definitely Hoven from the Sims community. He was awesome. He was busting dance moves on the dance floor. Arson Girl Gaming was so sweet, so amazing. I loved her so much. I got to meet English Simmer. She was amazing. Beyond Sims, Rachy Bop, just to name a few. Oh my gosh, the people were amazing. They're so sweet, so loving, so supportive. I'm happy to have attended. Zamira99 on Twitter asked, did you dive into the ball pit, and why/why not? Yes, 100%. I dove into that ball pit. It was awesome, and it seriously felt like I was swimming. I loved it. I'm currently putting together footage of my vlog from Sims Camp, and me diving in the ball pit should be in that footage. That's if I can get that stupid video clip off my phone. My iPhone doesn't want to connect to my computer for some reason, so I'm having a lot of issues getting my vlogging footage off my phone, and that's why the vlog is delayed. But if I can get that footage off, I will show you a video of me diving straight into the ball pit. I'm honestly so upset at myself because I feel like I didn't prepare for this trip as much as I should have prepared for the trip. I was having a lot of issues with my phone. I couldn't vlog on my phone, and I really wanted to vlog the whole trip. I should have bought a vlogging camera before the trip, and I should have planned out exactly where I wanted to go as far as tourism, because I really wanted to explore all of London, and I really feel like I didn't get to do it all. And it's mainly because it's my fault. I just failed to plan, and I procrastinate with things, and I like to do things last minute, and that's what ended up happening. So next time I get an opportunity like this, I'm definitely going to make sure I plan out every single bit and make sure that I am busy every single possible second to document everything that I'm doing, because I feel like I didn't vlog as much as I really wanted to. But the footage that I did capture, I will try to get off my phone and share with you guys ASAP. Oh my god, but to get back into the footage, I am seriously just so excited for this pack. Like, the amount of objects that they gave us is crazy. One of my favorites, and you'll probably see it up on the screen, or you might have already seen it, it's this giant green screen. And I didn't really play around with the career enough to know exactly what it's for, but my guess is that they're giving you this giant green screen that's literally as big as a house so that you can build the set of your dreams, or the biggest set that you can possibly build using all of the props and stuff as well. I also like how they give you access to lights, all the cameras, so you can probably capture every single angle that you want. There's an array of new mini bars, chairs, sofas, a brand new gold toilet that I did talk about in my Create a Sim overview. I seriously love that toilet so much, and yes, you can change it. It doesn't have to be gold. You can make it diamond if you want to. Kitty on YouTube community asked, which gurus did you meet? I got to meet Sim Guru Kate, Sim Guru Dave, and Sim Guru Graham. I saw that Sim Guru Frost was there, but I really couldn't recognize him. I don't know if he just blended in with the game changers or if I completely missed him, but I heard that he was there and I wish I could have met him, but I didn't get a chance to meet him, unfortunately. This next question really made me think. Marissa Gaming on YouTube community asked, what if you could go back in time and go back to the camp? And if you did, what would you do differently? Oh my god, there's so much I would do differently. Well, first of all, if I could go back to before Sims Camp, I would buy myself a proper vlogging camera. I would actually prepare myself. I would bring a notebook and write down all of the awesome landmarks there are in London, what to do, write out a time schedule for when I'm going to do them in correlation to the actual Sims Camp events, just to make sure that I can properly manage my time and do everything that I want to do. I would definitely reorganize my trip and make it a lot easier for me. If I could wind time back to before my trip, I would bring an extra pair of pants. I would bring another shirt because I ran out of clothes. I didn't pack enough clothes for my trip, which was another problem of my own. This is how you know I am just no good at traveling. Also, if I could go back to Sims Camp directly, I would make sure that I saved all of my footage that I recorded on their computers directly onto their computer first, instead of having it go directly to my hard drive, which is what caused it to corrupt. I would fix the issue to make sure that I actually have all of my footage. Lisa on YouTube community asked, what were your day-to-day activities like? There were only 2 days of Sims Camp. The first day was from 5 p.m. to midnight, and it was kind of like the introduction party. We got to, meet other Simmers, talk to the gurus. There was a dance floor, tons and tons of activities there. There was food, snacks, drinks, a bar, pretty much anything you can think of. The computer station, though, was closed off, so we weren't allowed to do any content capture. That night was all about being social. The next day, the event begun at 9 o'clock. There was an hour-long presentation, which I did get to record on my phone. I will probably end up posting that on my YouTube channel sometime this week. They talked about the new expansion pack, what's going to be coming with it, and they also talked about a brand new feature coming to The Sims 4, which I cannot disclose just yet because that actually has a separate embargo date. It's something that is not related to Get Famous that we did get to explore as well. So I won't be able to talk about that yet, but we got to see what that's like in action. Of course, I had a little flip out session there. I started screaming out of excitement. And of course, after the presentation and after we got our little backpack full of goodies, the content capture began. So for 2 hours, I recorded my Create a Sim and Build By modes. And after those 2 hours, I realized that my hard drive was not properly set up and that all of my footage that was supposed to be saved directly to my hard drive was corrupt. So I ended up having to redo that hours later. But I'm just happy that Kate went out of her way to make sure that I got the content capture time that I needed. I'm very, very grateful for that. Cynthia on YouTube community asked, who are you going to miss the most? It's definitely going to be Arson Girl Gaming. She kind of changed the game for me in a way. I was very, very nervous meeting everyone and talking to everyone. And when she came up to me and introduced herself and I said hi, I introduced myself, hugged her, I just felt the anxiety lift right off of my body. Like, she seriously made me so comfortable at the event and really opened myself up to talking with other people. So I'm definitely going to miss her the most. She was so sweet, so nice, so loving, and I'm just so happy that I got the chance to meet her. Clara D on YouTube community asked, was Sims Camp just as you expected, or did you expect more? What would you change for next time? Sims Camp was more than I thought it was going to be. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting there to be as many events as there was. I wasn't expecting there to be a huge dance floor. I just thought it was simply just going to be one little room with a buffet of snacks and we all just kind of walk around and talk to each other. I was not in any way, shape, or form expecting exactly what we got. Like, that was insane. So I have to give it to Kate for planning this event, organizing it, and doing everything that she did, because she seriously made this like a full-on Sims rave. Like, it was seriously awesome. Alrighty, you guys, that is going to be all the time that I have for questions in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up and add it to your favorites. Subscribe to become a Pixelator today, and ding the little bell next to the subscribe button to be notified of any future upload. Don't forget to follow me on social media. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Google+, Twitch, and much more. Let me know down in the comments section below. Is there anything that you saw in this video that really stood out to you and that you're really excited for? Is there anything that you saw that you don't like? Let me know. Leave all of your comments down in the comment section below. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I will see all of you next time. Bye, guys.